Okay.
And welcome back
to Wheel of Fortune. No, I'm joking.
We're kidding.
We're joking. Welcome back to another
Nerds of the Decade.
Nerds of the Decade. Dude, what episode is this now?
I think this is episode 20.
Episode 20, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've officially reached episode 20. We are 20 episodes in.
And, dude, let's do our introductions.
As always.
If you guys don't know who we are, Dante, they really should by now. By 20 episodes, people should know who we are.
Yes.
But let's do our introductions. My name is A. Goldman, or Aaron Goldman. And
yes, that is Mr. Toasted Almond.
And this is Mr. Extra Thick over here.
Of course.
Yes. And we are the two-man team, or the two-man...
Two nerds with a podcast.
Yeah, the nerds of the decade. Right, dude?
Yep. And for what decade? That would be the 90s.
Yes, that would be the 90s.
We're two 90s kids who love anime.
Yes, and as you guys know, we are the ones who do this podcast, and we are DNA. So, Yeah, welcome to Nerds number 20. Dude, tell everybody what we have in store for you all today.
This one is going to be a good one.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, guys, this one.
Yeah.
So get ready.
So, dude, let me ask you something.
Oh, gosh.
Will you let me ask you something?
What is it, dude?
What? I know, right?
Don't tell me, dude, you smell cookies, right?
I know. Well, almost. We might.
Okay.
I might smell cookies.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
I'm not sure.
What's your...
Let's see. How do you feel about underestimated anime characters?
I mean... let me think now, dude. I mean, dude, I personally think... I personally actually like the topic. Now, I'm not going to... Okay, so let me put this in a kind of a interesting way, right? I like the idea, right, of underestimating characters because the underdog winning or proving that he's not...
not a wimpy little
Yeah, he's not a wimpy little sissy is kind of cool. Okay, so that's kind of the thing behind, like, Dragon Ball, right? Where it's, like, overcoming and shouting through your limits and, doing the impossible, right? You know? That's always been kind of cool. But in stories like Shiver of a Failed Knight, where you have a character who starts out not being so great, but then all of a sudden you find out he's like this like super badass who's like pretty amazing, and also as well find out that other characters, not just him, but other characters also are pretty badass and also are pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Is actually pretty cool, and depending on how the story is written, dude, some of the underdog stories are really amazing.
Yeah, they are actually.
So, yeah, dude, I kind of like it. So, if you asked me, do I like underdog stories, I probably would say something like this.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, for underdog stories like me, the cool part about it is when the character finally does eventually overcomes that obstacle. And not only that, he finally proves all the haters wrong, which is like one of the coolest things about it. True.
And also the other thing too is that if you have a real, if you have like a tsundere or a real tough and wisecracker or just a real hard to deal with character, right? And there are characters in anime that are kind of hard to deal with and just kind of annoying, right? It's cool to see the underdog kind of stand up and stand his ground. For whether it's for like what he's trying to do or what he believes in or just kind of prove himself. He's like, look, I'm not what you peg me to be, right?
Yeah, basically every single anime, I can probably name them off the top of my hand. Like I can even go back as far as Rosario Vampire, but that was back when I was back in high school.
Yeah.
But even back then, Mocha pretty much kicked the crap out of anybody who underestimated her.
So yes, I agree with you there, but I have a contradiction.
That particular one.
I have a contradiction on that one, dude, because while I
you're not the only one.
While I agree with you that Mocha does kick the butt of a lot of people, there's two things. One is that the actual Mocha, the real version of her, not that pink, fluffy, fake one that they created for the anime.
Yeah.
The actual silver-haired Mocha is a lot harder to deal with and a lot harder to get along with than the
other one.
Fluffy, the fake. I call her the fake persona that takes over when she has the
rosary.
Yeah, the rosary around her neck, which in the manga doesn't happen. It's just the silver-haired Mocha all the time. And also the other thing about that story is the underdog is not actually who you think it might be. At least not in the manga. In the anime, Sukune is the underdog who never ever gets anywhere. The story never goes anywhere. He never gets a chance to actually prove himself to be one of the greatest monsters of all time.
Yeah,
whereas in the manga,
it's totally different.
in the manga, he actually does prove himself worthy of being like one of the most badass characters ever on the planet. Even he can even beat Mocha in the manga, which is crazy. So,
Right.
and he becomes almost like demon-like. It's crazy. He's also a super badass in the manga. So if you're gonna talk about that one, to me, read the manga. Screw the anime. It sucks ass, literally. In my opinion. Now,
Unless you like comedy, then we're
now some
we're not
people
gonna judge
some
you for it.
people might disagree, and if you like the anime, that's cool. That's your opinion. You are entitled to your own opinion. Me personally, I say read the manga. That's my advice. Okay.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
But, speaking of other underestimated anime characters, let's get into this top 5 list, shall
yes,
we?
dude. Yeah. So, like we were talking about, the underrated, the top 5 underrated anime characters is our topic. So, dude, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, guys, basically, this is one of the most common tropes that you'll see in about 90% of the anime. So, they pretty much possess traits, skills that others deem unworthy, but as soon as you see them in action, oh my gosh, are they badass. So yeah, let's go in with number 5. Now, number 5, you're pretty much familiar with this particular series.
Okay.
Danmachi.
Yes, Danmachi. Okay, for Danmachi, dude, I agree. Bell does start off as the underdog. He's the rookie.
Yep, he's number 5.
The rookie.
Well, technically, he is the rookie when he first starts out in the first initial season. He is.
Digivolve! You said rookie, so I was
Rookie.
rookie levels. For those of you who grew up watching Digimon Adventure or the original Digimon, whenever someone says rookie, right, I think of Agumon,
Yep.
or one of the Digimon. So it's just like Digivolve too. Anyway, yeah,
It's hilarious. But Bell Cornell is definitely number 5 on our list. He's pretty much an adventurer in an RPG-ish type of world, and then he becomes a part of the Hestia Familia. Because
Goddess Hestia.
Yeah.
Hestia's the bestia. That's what they say.
Yes.
Hey, dude.
This dude has Hestia as
Dude,
his wife.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think Hestia is the bestia?
No?
Yeah, I do.
I think we
Of
all
course
do. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I have a crazy bunch of Hestia stuff. If you couldn't tell from probably the couch behind us. And
He's not lying.
everything. I don't know if you can see it from the angle, but there you can kind of see the couch behind me. There's Goddess Hestia on the couch right there.
Yeah, he's got a pillow. He's got a plushie.
Yeah, there's also a
He's got
pictures up back here. You can't see because of my mic, but here, let's see if I can move the mic. There you go.
Yeah, that's
See.
basically pretty much the that's pretty much all the pictures that he has, and he's got tons of
Yeah,
figures, too.
there Hestia's right there in the middle.
He's got 2 more behind his
Yeah, so
his desk too.
I also have stuff in the
But
display
yeah,
case.
we'll show those later.
Yeah, I can bring Hestia over here later, and you can see my waifu crush if you guys want
Yeah.
to.
Your waifu, it's a lot of people's waifu crush.
Hey, dude! I hate to say this, but when you were talking about me earlier, or what'd you say about me, dude? You said
I told her she was your waifu.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, you think you're big?
no,
Yeah.
it's true. Anyway,
Yeah, of course you're true.
So anyway, dude, go ahead.
But pretty much anybody that's watched the first season already knows that Belle is pretty much, your typical adventurer, but then by the time you get to the end of the season, he finally kills the big bad boss
Of course.
and proves to everyone that he's not the little wimp that you think he is.
True, and he actually has some pretty awesome powers, and he's actually pretty strong.
Oh,
so.
yeah, he is.
But so the thing with Bell is that Bell doesn't give up, just like Goku and a lot of your other characters. And he actually puts effort into everything he does, and he tries. Yeah, the other thing too is that is that even though he's a rookie dude in the show, and even though he starts out with kind of no powers,
Yeah.
he has the will to actually keep pushing until he gets to where he wants to go. And that's something that you don't see with every character. Not every neutral character. So okay, for example, trying to think of. Well, I don't know if this would actually necessarily be a neutral character, but for example, right? There are. I'm trying to think of a good one, dude. Help me out here.
Let me see. For now,
Trying to think of. I can't
underestimated character. I would probably
Yeah.
say. There have been a couple of underestimated characters,
but they don't have that kind of that
but
never give up or
they don't
yeah.
really have that drive.
It's not. They don't have the drive that Bella does.
Well,
And
I was gonna go the Attack on Titan route and say Eren.
Yeah, but he does have a drive, and he does have a major drive to
That's
actually
right.
eliminate
He
Titans.
hates the Titans.
Now later on, though, he kind of doesn't. He's not so aggressive with it, and he has his goals change.
Right.
So you could say that some characters like they might have drive at first, but that changes later on in the shows. Whereas like Belle and some of the other characters we're going to talk about actually continue having that drive. Like Goku's the same way, where
Of course.
he always has a drive to better himself and shatter through his ceiling. So yeah, dude, who's the next one?
So yeah, that's pretty much number 5, you guys. So definitely, if you haven't gotten the chance to see Danmachi yet, definitely take a shot at it.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there is a 5th season coming out. I believe.
Yeah, there is.
And it's got new art. I believe is what they said. There, same style, same drawing style for the characters, but the artwork is going to improve in the next season. It is one of the best adventure animes I have ever seen. Also, it's also one of the shows where it plays on just about every trope you can think of, which is funny. It is not an isekai, so do not be so quick to say, hey, another crappy isekai.
Yeah,
this is not an isekai.
Yeah, we've actually explained that it's not really an isekai in our blog. So if you get a chance, definitely check out why Danmachi is not an isekai.
But it does have tropes from every single genre, so be aware of that, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, what's the next?
Here we are to number 4. Oh, number 4 is a good one. This one's from Iki Kurogane, Chivalry of a Failed Knight.
This is also one of my favorite underdog stories. It is a little silly and wacky in the beginning, right? But once you kind of understand the character Iki and you understand the kind of the story of it, it gets really, really good. It's also really sad in the towards the ending of the story, right, dude?
Yeah, it is.
Because of what happens to him and his family, and how messed up his family like really screws him over.
Especially on his father's side.
Yeah, like they really try to screw at every turn. They just try they either try to kill him or they just try to screw him over at every turn. It's pretty terrible.
Yeah, it is kind of. I mean, when you first initially meet him, you don't really know too much about him until later on, like in the middle of the season, they kind of explain to you why Iki's kind of like the way he is. His father, he grew up in a quite wealthy family, but unfortunately, he didn't really possess any of the same technical or magical skills that every other sibling in his family possessed. So he ended up being like the worst one in his family. And he was also, unfortunately, considered to be like the worst one in the school. But I think there was some deal that happened between his father and the school. But you'll find out more about it.
They actually called him the worst one in the show, which is horrible. So he goes from being called the worst one to being called the best one.
Yeah.
The best one.
The best one or another one.
Yeah, another one, yeah. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and not only that, he also meets up with Stella Vermillion, who is actually,
She is, so it's funny because her character goes from being kind of that tsundere kind of hard to deal with, character to being kind of his like
his love interest,
but also kind of his like best friend in the later on in the show. Am I right, dude?
Yep.
Yeah, so pretty cool. We actually have the Blu-ray sitting here in the studio for that. We do. On our bookshelf over here. So we actually have the and Danmachi we have sitting, and we have the movie too for.
Danmachi, definitely. So Chivalry of a Failed Knight is definitely. I think it's definitely a series that a lot of fans of this show have been begging for a second season. Well,
so the problem with Chivalry of a Failed Knight, at least in this case, right, is it doesn't have a second season. And why? I don't know. Why? Because Funimation shot us. No, I'm joking.
No, they didn't really shoot us.
That was terrible. The point is that nobody made nobody has done. It's like, and I don't know if it's owned by Funimation or if it's Viz. I'm not sure who did. No, it's Sentai. Sentai Filmworks.
Sentai distributed.
So it's like, why? Because Sentai shot. No, they
didn't shoot it.
But I got that from Sonic though. So because Sentai hasn't done another season yet, now no one knows exactly why. That show desperately needs another season, and I know fans have been asking for another season.
There's so much to the manga if you think about it.
There is.
There's actually a scene in there where they talk about Stella's sister.
Yeah.
But there's
don't
there's
they
much.
go more into depth into the
Yeah, they do.
The family backgrounds, don't they, of each
Well,
character?
not just that, but they also
Yeah.
go a little more into depth about one character in particular. Her name is Nene. She's
Is she in the anime or no?
She's in the anime.
Okay.
She's one of the. She's like that short.
Yeah. Because they don't.
Grown up.
I
all
don't
the time.
think they talk about her much in the anime, do they?
No, not really. But
Yeah.
she's actually more powerful than a lot of people.
So that's the other thing too, is that that's the thing with underrated characters, and also with a lot of underrated anime titles, or even just the underdog characters, right? Is that in a lot of shows, right? You've seen this, dude, in a lot of anime, especially like this, especially with like this show with Shiver Pale Night, they tend to focus on your main hero a lot, right? But then in the manga, there are also other characters who come into play who help that main character, or who are side characters that are also part of the story, but they don't focus on them. They don't focus on them. Focus on them directly, or they don't really focus too much on them and the role they play. Whereas if you watch the Shiver Pale Night anime, you might love it, but if you read the manga to Shiver Pale Night,
there's so much.
Yeah, you'll find out there's a lot more to the story, but also there's a lot more characters besides your main ones who actually are more involved in helping or kind of telling the underdog story, and that are kind of underdogs themselves in a way, right, dude?
That's true, definitely.
So yeah, so that's something to keep an eye out on too, is that sometimes the main MC in an underdog story might not be the only underdog or the only character they're focusing on in a story where they're telling in an anime where they're telling a story about a character that starts out looking like he's a wimp, but ended up being like this.
Ends up being like this
badass.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Now I think the only exception to that, dude, would be like assassin stories, because assassins usually start out being a badass.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever do you know any? Actually, wait, there is. I was gonna say, have you ever known an assassin story where the assassin starts out being a wimp? But I actually do know one, and we should have added this to our list. Have you guys ever heard of the anime called Phantom? It's by Funimation, and that starts out with the main character being just a regular dude who actually gets I can't remember, he either gets abducted or he gets taken, and against his will, and he actually becomes a phantom and becomes a badass. So yeah, that is actually a story actually where like there's actually an assassin who he has skills in the beginning, but he's not a total badass.
Really like total off the wall professional.
Correct. And unlike some of the other characters that you see, Ein and Spy, that's the two characters.
Yep.
That's their assassin names anyway. I forget his actual name, but
that was a classic that came out in the late 2000s.
There was also a movie done that actually owned really old. It came out way back originally. The original version of it I actually have on DVD in all Japanese, which is interesting. And then I think Funimation did either a remake or they did an anime for it. It actually got an anime, and the anime was really good, dude.
Yeah.
I still have a Funimation clip. Actually, dude, is it okay if I play the promo to it real quick? Do we have time?
Well, let's see. I mean, if you're able to find it.
Yeah, I know where it is. Here. It is in my...
I think it might actually be in one of our trailers.
Yeah, it is. It's in, it's in the trailers thing. Let me go to... It's in here, I believe, and it's in the.
Give him a moment. He's looking for it.
It's in the. Here, I got it. It's in the bumpers. Here you go. We'll actually play it for you guys real quick. Let me turn on the sound bar so people can hear it.
Yeah, you'll probably be able to hear the audio. I'm not sure if we'll be able to put the video up.
We probably won't because of copyright, but
yeah, because we don't want to get struck down.
Yeah.
We will just do the audio.
But we will do the audio here. You will be able to hear the audio. Okay, and dink.
Don't worry, we just hit the camera by accident. It's not an earthquake, just so you know.
Yeah, dude, you can talk on the mic. You guys probably won't be able to hear me, but.
My name is I, and your name is Spy.
It's been a while since I've seen this one.
Yep.
It's about time for you to appear, Phantom. Who are you people?
Phantoms. You don't want to die. Then come at me with everything you've got.
It's kill or be killed.
Oh yeah.
My name is I. Enjoy.
Anyway.
But yeah, guys, it's been a while since we've
Yep,
seen
that.
this particular one.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched the show. But yeah, that is Phantom. And that's also, that Dante also could qualify, or could be actually another underdog story where the main character doesn't start out as your normal badass. Yeah, he has a little bit of skills, but by the time he actually becomes a Phantom, he's a total badass. He's this like really crazy, amazing assassin who literally pulls off a bunch of stuff. And they also get away from the Phantom organization. I think in the close to the end of the story, they try to. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so dude, go ahead.
So yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't gotten the chance to check out Chivalry of a Failed Knight or Phantom, you can definitely look for it on Funimation and Crunchyroll. So now it's time
with
for
that. Yeah.
And on to our next one, number 3. Back to our regular scheduled program. So number 3 is Deku from My Hero Academia. Now this particular one, if you ask any younger anime fan, they already know who My Hero Academia is. They already know who this character is, and there's already like tons of movies out already.
Oh, true. Yeah, My Hero is actually a pretty popular show, but this one though, I would say, yeah, the underdog definitely would be Deku because he doesn't have any powers at first.
Yeah, at first.
But also remember that All Might also didn't start out with any powers. Remember, he tells the story in the show.
That's right.
Hey, I also didn't have any powers. Because I am here. Anyway, I just had to do it one time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Shout outs to Christopher Sabat. If you are watching this or if you stumble across this video, yes, because we are here. Right, dude?
Because we are Venom.
It's like, dude, can you imagine, right? If you saw All Might and like he walked, say you saw Chris Sabat at a convention,
yeah,
and you walk up to him and you ask him to do All Might, and he comes up to you and he says and he actually says because I am here. You can be like,
Oh, you think you're big?
to All Might, that'd be fun. It's you think you're me.
Oh yeah, but basically, Deku pretty much was born without a quirk initially, and basically he pretty much wanted to be like All Might because he saw him as a hero, and basically he wanted to be a hero and join up with the My Hero Society.
Yeah, true.
And well, 2 seasons later, not only is he a hero, but he's a rising main character who still finds himself underestimated at times, but knows there are some battles that he can't fight on his own.
Yeah, true. So, yeah, dude, and dude, that's also, dude, you actually make a really good point there because just like Chivalry, Deku doesn't have, or Deku is not aware of all of the things he can do, and also he hasn't unlocked his full potential. And actually, also in the new season where he discovers the newer seasons where he discovers more powers for All for One, that's even more true because he's not he's kind of a badass because of his powers in this season, but he hasn't fully flushed out his abilities, and he's not aware of his true potential, right?
Right.
So. Yeah, and dude, that is definitely a case where you can have a hero who has amazing potential but doesn't realize what he's truly capable of
or what he's truly made of.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely, guys.
Hey, dude. Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah. Oh, also, that's also the kind of. I just thought of something, dude.
Yeah.
That's also the case with Kenshin. From
Rurouni
Kenshin.
Yep.
Yeah, for Kenshin because he starts out as in his case he starts out as a samurai as a kind of a weapon, right, for to slaughter people, right?
Right.
But if you watch Rurouni Kenshin, this was after he had killed all these people. and also become the Batosai. This is after that, and the reason I mentioned him is because during the Rurouni Kenshin story, he's trying to change his ways, and he is trying to be to actually do good, not kill people. Although, you know what? I wouldn't necessarily call Kenshin an underdog. I think if you just watch Rurouni Kenshin, where he's trying to do good, he hasn't fully realized his potential. But I would not call him necessarily.
I wouldn't necessarily call him an underestimated character.
Yeah, but in the Rurouni Kenshin story, he is one of the characters who hasn't recognized his full potential, and I will say that. But no, I think he doesn't count for an underestimated character. An underestimated character, yes. So no, dude, go ahead. What's the next?
Yeah, definitely, guys. Check out My Hero because it's on Funimation and you can stream it, pretty much anywhere.
True, you can, yeah.
Now for number 2. We all know this dude. He's Naruto Uzumaki.
Oh gosh, believe it. No, exactly. I'm not even gonna get into that. Everybody hated that believe it thing, or a lot of people did.
Well, yeah, dude, you and I used to watch him back when we were in middle school and high school, when he first started. So yeah,
dude. Yeah. But dude, the worst part of Naruto is that, at least the first version of him, is that he would always say "believe it," and I would always be like, oh, you think you're big?
Exactly. That's pretty much any single villain that's come up against him.
Yeah, yeah. But dude, the worst part is that it wasn't even.
Oh, that's just precious.
It wasn't even precious. It was just terrible.
But yeah, guys, you already know who this guy is. You've seen him. We literally watched him grow up, and now he's got he's got kids now.
Oh God!
And he had the whole Boruto series.
Yeah, which also was a big dumpster fire of a failure, kind of. From some people thought. From what some people were saying, some people didn't like it. Now, okay, here's the thing, guys. Yeah, I know. I said Boruto's a dumpster fire. Okay, I know people are gonna get mad and say, "Hey, look, you're wrong. That's not true." I will say this: some people liked it, some people didn't. In my case, I don't know. It's not bad, but it doesn't match up to the original Naruto series. Do you agree with me, dude? What do you think? It doesn't hold up well.
I think
series. Well, what do you think, dude? What's your opinion?
Well, I'm not really sure if they changed studios or I guess maybe after Shippuden, everything just. I guess.
Because, dude, if you look at Naruto, right, the original Naruto series, that is a really good underdog story, right?
It is.
About, Naruto being the nine-tailed fox and being an outcast and not being, he didn't start off as, the best ninja in the world.
That's true.
And he definitely wasn't the most talented in his class or whatever. Whereas Sasuke was the exact opposite. Sasuke was amazingly talented, right?
Yeah.
So it is your classic underdog story. But when you look at Boruto, you're like, okay, yeah, they tried to make Boruto like Naruto, but they didn't quite
get it right. The thing is,
he
doesn't really want to be his father that much.
Yeah, and also Boruto doesn't want to be Naruto's son either, because he does stuff in the show where you're like, wow, he's just like totally trying not to be anything like Naruto, and you're like, wow, that's pretty like sad, because like father and son, like
because you would think,
you would think
you think a son would like to be like his father sometimes.
Yeah. But anyway, dude, go into Shippuden and tell us a little bit about Naruto and the underdog story.
But yeah, basically we already know about the nine-tailed fox, and he's always
the nine-tailed fox.
Right?
Yeah, anyway,
and he always wanted to achieve the dream of becoming Hokage. But now that he's Hokage, he's finally understanding that being a Hokage is a lot. There's a lot that you have to do. There's a lot of paperwork. He doesn't really get to spend as much time with his son as he wanted to, because now that he has this morally high position.
Well, I mean, that's in Boruto, but what about Naruto?
But yeah, Shippuden.
Because Shippuden and Naruto's still young. Remember, Naruto's still like a teenager, so he's still fighting battles and he's still working his way up to Hokage.
Right. And of course, he's still basically on this mission to try and get Sasuke back to the Hidden Leaf, even though he didn't have anything to do with him during the whole Shippuden.
Now,
saga.
but dude, I think the biggest thing I would say about Naruto and Shippuden is there's a lot of stuff that that Naruto overcomes
does.
during just the first season of Naruto, and then also Shippuden. If you look at the struggles and the stuff that he overcame, like being able to do the clone jutsu and learning how to do shadow clone, and then the whole Rasengan thing, being able to do the Rasengan and all that, and then also just the Nine-Tailed Fox, conquering the Nine-Tailed Fox was a huge thing. And Shippuden, and also controlling the Nine-Tailed Fox.
And also getting new jutsu in the process.
Yeah, learning stuff. So that is also what kind of makes Naruto an underdog story, is that in the beginning, you're like, wow, this like little punk kid, right, who's kind of annoying, a little bit of a brat, and like you just want to like punch him in the face because you're like, shut up already, you're
Who
like,
ends up
wow.
saving the whole freaking village.
Yeah, and also bragging about it and being a little pain in the butt, right?
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, you most likely you're like, wow, this kid's just annoying. But he ends up overcoming all that stuff, and he ends up being a hero, turning into a big hero, and also not only that, but also a really great ninja and towards the end of the show.
Right.
So yeah, and that's kind of what makes it. That's kind of what makes Naruto the underdog in the story, and also what makes you kind of root for him later on in the show. Now in the manga, I feel like the manga for Naruto goes about telling the story a little bit better than the anime, because it doesn't have the filler, and it also doesn't. There are some stuff in the manga that happens differently than the anime. I notice the anime does things differently than the manga, and I kind of like if you do watch Naruto, or if you do read the manga, definitely do give the manga a shot, because I do feel like they handle certain things better. But that's my personal opinion. If you guys think differently, watch. If you like the anime, watch the anime. By all means,
And if you like the manga,
Yeah.
So you can pretty much find Naruto anywhere, pretty much on any.
So Naruto is number 2, right, dude?
Yep, that's number 2, and here we go to number 1.
Number 1.
And our number 1. As soon as I saw it, and any anime fan or any Dragon Ball fan can attest to this. As soon as I saw it, he immediately became one of the. He immediately became my favorite. Not like second to Goku. He immediately became my favorite.
All right,
Gohan from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. So that's funny you say that, because Gohan is. Gohan's weird, dude. Gohan is one of those characters
during his during the Buu saga, he was completely weird. But initially, during the Saiyan saga, when he first attacked Raditz, that's when a lot of fans immediately became Gohan fans after that.
True, but okay, so here's the thing, dude. There's a contradiction in there with Gohan.
There is.
And this is kind of the problem, and also the good but bad side to Gohan. Gohan, they set him up, right, to take over for Goku.
He was supposed to.
Yeah, they were supposed to take over for Goku.
After the Cell saga.
Yes, but then they kind of I don't know, they either forgot about him, or they just kind of left him in a weird, just nothingness.
That's true.
Kind of like what happened to Trunks in the Goku Black saga at the end. They just kind of left him with nothing. You defeated him, and now you're just wandering around the planet as a know-nothing, and you're like, what the heck?
They did it to him in Cell, and then they did it to him in Goku Black.
With Gohan, they're like, okay, they did all this setup work. They're like, yeah, you're gonna beat Cell, and you're gonna be awesome, and and then they made you think, they really got you hyped, and they made you think that, he was gonna be the next character to take over the show.
He was supposed to take over for Goku,
and take over for Goku, and then they just oh no, you're just in a tracksuit, and you're not really you are not a fighter. You're just this brainy kid who has powers.
Right.
And you're like, really, guys? Really? You just trash your you're a really good character. And,
like you're next in line.
So
after
Gohan,
Goku.
I would say yes and no. Gohan does kind of fit the underdog, but he also kind of doesn't, because of the fact that he never overcame anything. He overcame Cell.
But that's
That doesn't really count.
That's just it.
But that doesn't really count, because that wasn't his own. He didn't really overcome his own struggles. He still has not unlocked all of his full potential, and he still is not the main character. He's not the successor for Goku.
Hopefully,
so he kind of failed at his
he kind of
mission.
Yeah, but hopefully fans are hoping that the new movie might be able to fix that. But
well,
then again, I'm not.
So from what I've heard, and this
sure
is I don't
do.
know if this is all true. This may not be all true. This may be just rumor. We're not sure because nobody knows yet. But from what I hear, Dragon Ball Super Superhero is kind of a side story from what I've heard. And also, yes, Gohan plays a bigger role, but he is not by any means taking over for the series or taking over for Goku.
Right.
Goku and Vegeta are still, I believe, somewhere
they're
in
still
there.
Kind of like
yeah,
the main-ish characters.
They're still in there. I don't know if they fight a lot in this one because they might not be around too much in this one, but I can't see leaving them completely out because how could you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty hard to make a Dragon Ball Z story or Dragon Ball Super story without Vegeta and Goku. So, but again, nobody knows yet. That's only a rumor and speculation. Nobody knows. Gohan does play a major role, but again, he's not taking over for anyone anytime soon. Remember, Toriyama and also other people, other people that work on Dragon Ball Super have also said that Gohan is not a fighter. So, he's not like Goku. He doesn't have that warrior spirit. And we've also seen that in the manga. So if you've been following the Dragon Ball Super manga, you know that Gohan is not really he doesn't really have that warrior race thing like Vegeta and Goku have.
Well, he's half Saiyan, so.
Yeah. So yeah. Hopefully with this one yeah, hopefully. Or maybe it hasn't. Maybe you're disappointed and you're like, hey, why doesn't Toriyama and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super do more with Gohan? Well, we may never know.
The world may never know.
Oh God, dude, it's like a lollipop commercial. It's just like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? The world may never know.
I thought it was a Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie Pop, yeah.
It's easy
Tootsie
to
Roll.
get to a Tootsie Roll.
They didn't really say Tootsie Roll instead of Tootsie
right?
Pop.
All right, so I guess this will pretty much wrap it up for the top 5 as we are almost 7 minutes above what we would normally do, but hey, this particular one's gonna be a little extra.
Well, yeah, we kind of got into it pretty much with this one with the characters, so there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's so much. There was a lot.
But dude, you know what? I feel like we deserve a round of applause.
I do too. Yeah, so I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, this will wrap up this.
This will pretty much wrap up this particular episode.
Yeah, and this episode of Nerds of the Decade.
So, guys, please, before we go, do not forget to like and subscribe, and comment.
Yes, and ring that bell. That helps us out.
Ring it, please.
Yeah. Smash the like button, ring the bell. Just
give us a comment.
Let
us know if you guys have any underestimated characters that we haven't touched on yet.
Yep. You can go full Super Saiyan on that subscribe button. That would be a big help. Anyway, and you guys remember, stay nerdy.
Later.
Later.